Alright, so forgive the glare that's on my glasses and all these little movies that I put up. I have recorded this specific video about 2 or 3 times, and something has gone wrong with the audio, or I kept stuttering and there was no way I could actually like piece everything together to make it fluid enough, you know, because who wants to watch a really choppy video? So I'm doing this one more time, and it's going to be awesome. Let's hope. So this is, and the reason why I wanted to do this video again is because I think it would really help people, you know, these are tips to help you to get through NaNoWriMo, and I really want as many people as possible to not just participate in NaNoWriMo, but to complete it, because it felt so good when I completed my first novel in NaNoWriMo. It was awesome. I had to rewrite a lot of it, but it was awesome. I had never written over 50,000 words ever before, at all. And to do that in 1 month was it felt so good. So I have my little helper here, which is my note card, especially since my phone is in my hand. And I have down 11 tips to stay motivated during NaNoWriMo. So I hope you all find these interesting, and I hope it really helps you, even though we're just a few days away. These are still good, still awesome, right? So let's get started. So tip number 1, block distractions. I know some people, like me, can listen to music and not be distracted. Some people, like me, can put on like one of the shows they've seen over and over again and not be distracted. But if you know you get distracted by certain things, get them out and away from you, alright? This is hard for people who have, you know, children or have little pets, like the one who's clawing at my door right now. But if there's a time where those kids are asleep or that pet is content, especially if it's, you know, a little puppy that needs all the love in the world, just go and write. You'll be thankful later for doing that. Tip number 2, prep your story beforehand. Alright, so this is technically Preptober. You know, October becomes Preptober. And even though we only have a few days left, unless you're watching this next year, oh yeah, hashtag 2018. But if you're watching it in 2017, you only have a few days left until NaNoWriMo. And if you haven't done anything yet, don't worry, breathe. Some people are pantsers. They can just go and write and it'd be awesome, you know. It's still the first draft, it's still a little crappy, but they're good, they're awesome. Ideas pop into their head, it's lucky ones. Some of us are plotters, which is me. I have to know what in the world I'm gonna write about, right? Where's the story gonna take me? And if you're like me, you need a lot of planning done. You need to go there and you need a plot, especially if you're writing a series. Especially if it's the first book in a series and you have to plan out the world and all that. But if you haven't done all this and you're like, oh my god, I never even thought of that. Don't worry, just breathe. Figure out the big stuff like central idea, character names, at least main character names, setting and all that, and you'll be fine. Just breathe. There's still time to do this. Oh yeah. So, question number 3. Set a time or times to write every day. And step number 4, break up your word count goal throughout the day. So these two go hand in hand. In order to complete NaNoWriMo, those 50,000 words in that 30 days, you need to write 1,667 words a day. If you cannot do this in one setting, guess what? Divide it up. I am on a night schedule and it is so annoying. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired all the time. But I have some time during my hour lunch that I could write. I have some time right before I go that I can write. I have some time right in the morning where I'm still awake that I could write. So, you know, 1,667 divided by those 3 times, that isn't too bad. Not bad at all. Step number 5, allow yourself to write badly. And step number 6, write first, edit later. So, like the other two, these two go hand in hand. If you do not allow yourself to write badly and you're always stopping to edit what you just did, you're not going to get anywhere. This is 50,000 words in 1 month. Is it doable? Yeah. Lots of people, tons of people, have completed novels within 30 days. That 50,000 words, all good, right? But, if you sit there, stop and edit, stop and edit, stop and edit, you're not going to get anywhere. And I know this from experience. Oh my goodness, no. My first ever time doing NaNoWriMo, I didn't get anywhere. I only got to maybe 20,000 words during the whole month. And it was mainly due to me stopping and being like, oh no, that sounds terrible. Let's rewrite this. Or, oh no, that's so awkward. No, let me write this. You have to allow yourself to write badly. You have to allow yourself to not edit. Especially if you're just a picky person like I am. Is it gonna be like, to edit later? Maybe, probably. Will it be worth it? I think so. I think a lot of people, they're worried about, oh no, what if this doesn't sound right, and so they'll edit. But in all honesty, you have to stop thinking that. Ask anyone, ask any author, and pretty much they'll all say, your first draft will be crap. Allow yourself to write badly. And hey, you might come up with something really awesome, and you wouldn't have even known it if you had deleted it. So, or it could lead to another idea. So don't delete it. Save that for December, save that for January. But in November, write first. Step number 7, compete with someone or yourself. So the cool thing about NaNoWriMo is that it's not a competition. There's no grand prize winner or anything like that. Do you get cool stuff if you win? If you do the 50,000 words? Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Does it feel great when you win? Yeah, it does. But are you fighting with other authors? No, they're there to support you. And the cool thing about NaNoWriMo is that they have groups that you can go with. There's usually a group that's around your area where you can meet in person. There's other groups, like, if you want to be my friend on the NaNoWriMo thing, that's awesome. I'll put my little username down there, or right here, I don't know, I'll edit it later. One really cool way to motivate each other, though, is to have little contests. Set a 10-minute timer and be like, okay, whoever can reach the most words in these 10 minutes wins. 1, 2, 3, go! Or you can have it where, like, whoever writes the most in a day is the little winner, or whoever writes the most in a week is awesome, or whoever gets to X milestone first wins. Or if, you don't have anyone, or you feel really awkward, like, competing with other people, you can compete with yourself. Just think, on the first day you do 400 words. On the second day you can be like, you know what? I did 400 words. I'm gonna do 800 today. Let's see if I can make it. Or if, you do 200 words in your first sitting, in your second sitting, let's see if you can do 210. Something like that. So there are a lot of ways to do competitions and to do all that. And the main point of all of them is to motivate yourself. Always strive for more. Always try to do a little bit better each and every day. And if you do that, you're going to get pretty far in NaNoWriMo. It's going to be really cool. And hey, who knows? You might actually win and do all 50,000 words. And with that in mind, tip number 8 is don't beat yourself up when you don't reach your goal. Sometimes we don't hit our goals. Like the first ever time I did NaNoWriMo, I was nowhere near those 50,000 words. The second time I did NaNoWriMo, I kicked it out of the park. Oh yeah. But if I were to beat myself up for not reaching those 50,000 words the first time, I might not have done NaNoWriMo the second time. You can't let your failures hold you back. Learn from them. Be like, oh, okay, so I shouldn't do this. It's fine, It's in the past. Breathe in, breathe out, and let it go. And keep moving forward, That's all you really can do. You can't really change the past yet. Anyways, that's not the point. I'm not thinking of a time machine. What? The point is, don't beat yourself up. It wastes your time when you pity yourself. It wastes your time sulking. So don't do any of that. Just keep going forward and just try to do better next time. That's all you really can do. So, life lesson right there. Oh yeah. And with that, we have tip number 9. Write down your goal. Why are you writing? So that's the real question. Why are you competing in NaNoWriMo? Why do you want to write a 50,000 word or more novel? Like, why? My reasons why is because I want to start my first ever series. I want to start this first book in my first series and get it out and publish it, where I have more novels under my belt and where people, when they look up my name, because, maybe they liked my first book, Loading Life, on sale now. Maybe they like my first book, they want to see more from me, more than just short stories on my website. I'm just saying. But what is your goal? Do you want to challenge yourself to do 50,000 words? Do you want to see if you could actually publish a novel, whether it's traditional or self-publish? What is it? Why do you want to do this? Or do you want to write a story down that no one's ever heard? Maybe you have a story that your grandmother told you and you want to develop it into a novel. There's a lot of things you can do, but what you need to do is figure out why you're writing. And that goes with tip number 10, which is post that goal where you can see it. So after you write down your goal, you figure it out, you write it down, post it. Whether that's right where your desk is, which my desk is over there, or that's, you wake up and your eyes open and you see it right there on your bedside table, or it's on your front door when you come in where you're like, oh yeah, I have to do that. Wherever it is, post it right where you see it every single day, even if it's in multiple places. Why? To remind yourself of it. The reason why I read the Bible is to remind myself of what God promised me. So, the reason why I post my goal in my desk area is because I want to remind myself of why I'm doing this. Because it is hard to write and edit and publish a novel and then market it and all that on channel. Just saying. But it is hard. But why do I go through this hell? Am I a masochist? Well, maybe. I am a writer. But most importantly, it's because I want to share the stories I have all jumbled in my head. I want to share them with the world. Preferably through novel form. Tip number 11. I love this. Just do it. If you're not going to start on NaNoWriMo, how do you know you're going to finish it? If you think, oh man, but I'm not going to be able to write that much. Or you're like, oh man, that's tough. It's tough to do that. Please. Just a few years back, I was doing my master's. I was doing an internship. I had a full-time job. Okay, actually it was part-time, but it was going to be full-time. I'm just saying. I'm living at home and taking care of my nephews and my niece and all that. And I have a lovely dog that loves attention, and she's just so annoying when she barks. But that's all right. That's right. So I did all that, and every time I'm like, man, how am I gonna do this all? I just think back to that time, because right now it's the most recent time where it's like hell on earth. That's kind of how it felt. So I think back to that time. It's like, I did all this, and if I can do all that, I can definitely do this. Yeah. Might be a little pain, but that's alright. That's right. So what do? Remind yourself of all the times that you had multiple stuff going on, that you had the hardest thing in your life going on. Maybe someone passed away, but you still had to go to work, or you still had to go to school and do that. Whatever it is, like, you got through it. You're watching this video right now, so you definitely got through it. Or maybe you're going through it now, but you still want to participate in NaNoWriMo. Don't worry. Just do it. And tip number 12, which wasn't on here, but I just randomly made it up, but I think it's still important. You are a writer. You are an author. Remember that. Some people say, I'm an aspiring writer, or I'm an aspiring author. And that sounds pretty cool and all that. Drop the aspiring right now. If you write, you're a writer. If you publish a book, you are an author. I think that's how it goes. But both of them, in my mind, are equal. You know, you may not get any money out of your book. You may not even want to publish your book. And that's fine. You're a writer. Remember that. That's the most important thing. Get it into your mind that you can do this. You are a writer. Well, that's all the tips I have for you today, and I hope you enjoy them all. I hope I can get this video out really soon. It was really fun to do in this way, and I hope the sounds around me did not get into the video itself, because that would suck. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I will be recording myself every single day for NaNoWriMo. I'll probably post them to Twitter and then make a huge video at the end of November and, you know, give it to you guys. I don't know about you, but I like watching those videos. I think they're really cool just to see the progress each day, like all in one. About my YouTube schedule, I'm trying to keep it. It's really, really hard. I do have a full-time job overnight, which is fun. But I will try my best to keep posting at least every 2 weeks. On a Tuesday/Wednesday, so... Anyways, I will see y'all later, alligators. Bye-bye! Now, see, if I was a stay-at-home author, I would definitely get these videos out. But, since I still have life, darn life. Or my life isn't the way I want it right now. But that's okay. I'm an author. I can do this. Or something like that. Great.